Well, this is a video I did not expect to make, but it feels like it's appropriate for a lot of reasons, and I don't know how to word it, but it's appropriate in the sense that it's something that's been weighing on my, not weighing on my mind, but it's something I wanted to think about. But I'm actually going to try to put it out there and for anyone to listen to it, and hopefully I can get some, feedback and some other perspectives. But what I really want to talk about is I honestly believe we really overvalue like working hard. And what do I mean by this? I mean that we live, especially now, where we have so much resources and so much stuff and information to access that it's sort of like the world tells us that we have to work even harder than we should just to acquire certain things, especially when it comes to wealth and all that. But we're not really taught to work effectively. We're taught just to work hard. And I could go into like corporations and stuff like that, but that's not, I'm just talking on more an individual level, not really societal. It can branch off into that. But I'm just going to go to some points that really, drive home what I mean by this. And, I hopefully I can open up the dialogue a bit more. And, also, these kind of like discussion videos, I kind of want to start doing them a bit more because I really think that they open up a lot of ways for people to discuss certain topics. And, let's not shy away from the tough questions. All right, so my first point I want to go over is hustle culture's influence. So, we live in a day and age now where it's easiest now to be an entrepreneur. Everybody has a business, everybody has a side hustle that they're working on, everybody has, passive income that they want to work towards. All this fun stuff. Everybody wants to have their own business. But I find that with hustle culture, actually no, let me retrack again. What I mean by hustle culture is the fact that everybody is in their own area trying to extract the most. Everyone's trying to get out the most. And while that's not inherently bad by any means, I find that we really, really want to do what we gotta do whatever we can, and, maybe even sell our souls a bit just to get ahead. And I find that especially on social media, you have people who will stand up on their platforms and say, "Oh, well, you have to do this and that. You have to get up every morning and you have to go and get that bag." And I say, first of all, je ne vraiment sais pas why they always say that stuff. But there is some degree of truth. It's almost like hustle culture is the definition of there's some truth to it, but it's underneath a bunch of nonsense and retardation under it, which is what I really don't like about it. Say, for example, you are, I don't know, you're 25, you just finished school, and your degree's okay, but you want to do something else. And you come across someone who's like, you know what? Why were you in school? You need to get up, get a better job, grind out for 5 years, and move out of your parents' house. That's kind of an example of hustling. That's what hustling is. You're going around, you're pushing, extracting the most that you can, you leave. In my opinion. I don't know if anyone else believes that's hustling, but that's what I think about when I hear about a hustler. And sometimes you hear about these people who have 5 different side gigs that they used to do, and it's first of all, how do you have the money to do this many side gigs? And second of all, how is it even possible that you are still living in the same situation with all these side gigs you did? Of course, not everything's going to work out, but I'm just saying, in regards to that, why is it that the individual is so focused on to the point where the individual is the one who has to keep pushing? You do realize that every single business and every single platform that people are given is not because of themselves. Yes, they put in the work and the time and all that to get to where they are, but they also have a clientele. You do realize that, right? All of you in existence has always been about community and collaboration. It's technically a collaboration to get to the top. So what hustle culture tells you is that you, the individual, can push yourself to these heights. When it's kind of no, not quite. Literally in any sales job, your focus is on the clientele, not on you. It's literally on how can you convince somebody to buy your product. That is where you're going. It's not about how much can you work hard, how much can you push. It's well, how can I work smarter to get to a better goal? Maybe my voice infractions or whatever are a bit off. Maybe perhaps my posture is off and people think I'm not very, confident in my own product. Maybe I cannot maintain eye contact, which shows a lack of confidence. Those kind of things are how you work more effectively. If you wanted to work harder, you would just knock on more doors. Sure, you would eventually get to the same point, but I'm telling you guys is that you also will not reach, that level. And it's just interesting to me because this kind of stuff is always getting pushed out into the algorithm and stuff, but we have to sit down and realize it's kind of more like a community, how do I put it? It's more like a community effort to get you to where you are. Yes, you put in a bit more time, but you still need other people to get you to where you are. That's what I think. And this is why these kind of videos are not just for me to make. While I do enjoy making them, it's like, no, I like to put my thoughts out there and maybe people can bounce back and, respond or put something else, or maybe even disprove what I'm talking about. But this is just to open the doors, open the discussion. But yes, that's mostly my first point actually. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with what I said with this one. On to the next one. The second thing that I wanted to go through was not everyone who works hard achieves greatness. And of course, let me explain this one. So what I've noticed is that whenever you work hard for something, yes, it's very satisfying. Like, believe me, it's very satisfying when you put hours into something, hours into a craft, and you finally see it bloom into the greatness that it is. Well, what I also notice is that your average business owner is not the one who works the hardest, actually, in my opinion. Now, of course, this can change depending on person to person, and this is my own anecdotal experience, but I find the people who work the hardest are the ones who are, like, at the bottom. You know what I mean? The people who have to crank out, like, above the legal amount of hours to, pay their rent and stuff. That's working hard, by the way. Working hard is not having a business. Working hard is pushing past the limits to get to where you gotta go. For me, not anybody else. And so when I say that people, at least not everyone who's going to be doing this, is because if you work a minimum wage job and you're putting in 45 hours a week, you are working harder than the average person. But it's minimum wage into, probably going to go into a bill or something. So while you are working hard, you're not getting an equal reward out of it. Now, for example, if you want to work more effectively, perhaps you could do some better scheduling, and then, or maybe work 45 hours for like a month or two to save up some money, and then you can finally move on to greater things. That is working effectively compared to just banging out 45 hours a week for the year and never taking a vacation. That's what I see. It's just, it is kind of sad to see that you have people who are working really hard, but they don't really get anywhere with their hard work. Yeah, no, it's like I said earlier, it's working hard plus being efficient. Think about studying. You also have to, studying is not just how much information can I take in, because there's some people who can spend hours and hours a day studying and still not understand the material. When you study, you have to take your material, read it, understand it, comprehend it, and apply it. Of course, maybe I should drop a study guide in the future, at least how I study. That's actually a good idea. Stay tuned. But what I'm saying is that you can't just take information. You have to take it and know how to use it. That's why any tip video that you see, what everybody should be telling you is, don't just hear what I'm telling you. Take it and apply it. That's how you be more effective. And that's how you reach to where you gotta go. And keep in mind, what I mean by greatness, it's not everybody has a corporation. If you make like 6 figures, that's doing better than most people. Trust me. Like, don't scoff at that. So whatever greatness is for you, that's what you should be aiming for. And not everybody's going to go to the same heights, because we can't. Not everybody can be rich, not everybody can be poor, not everybody can be good at stuff, and not everybody can be bad. Everybody has their own little specialties. Like I said, some people just put in more time than others. Simple as that. But also, not just putting in more time, but being effective with their time. Okay, and my last aspect is that too much of a good quality is still bad for you. Like, if you work too hard, that's not good. That's not good for you. And I actually want to go into a bit of a personal experience that literally just happened to be last week. So I have to balance a lot of stuff that I do at the moment. So I go to school, I go to work, I'm doing this channel. I also am trying to improve my health a bit more, so I do go to the gym during the week. And what else do I do? That's mostly it actually right now. And I pay off like stuff, they fact you like pay off a couple of payments. So I'm managing quite a bit at the moment. Okay, not like insane stuff, but I'm saying I'm managing a bit at, like right now. Literally adult life coming and swinging. Oh, and also I'm literally building a new PC, so that's also a lot of fun. And long story short, while I actually managed to schedule myself pretty decently, there was one aspect of that I was missing. I wasn't getting enough sleep. And so what happens when you don't sleep is you're just more prone to diseases and stuff like that. Now I can't exactly confirm that this happened, but I'm just saying that because I was working so much, and not working hard as in like physically pushing, but because I was so occupied doing everything, trying to put out videos, trying to work on this project, trying to study, trying to finish an assignment, is that at the end of the day I was getting maybe like five, maybe 6 hours of sleep, and on average you need about 8. So while some people claim they can function below that, it definitely catches up to you. And I literally caught one of like a really terrible cough. And I really believe that while this is also sort of flu season right now, at least where I live, because it's a season change, I still believe that if I actually rested properly and even if though I scheduled good, I didn't account for other stuff to come in. And so I actually literally just rested for the entire weekend. And now I feel better than ever. That's why I'm recording right now. And it's just to say that being a good schedule and being a hard worker is good. It's not a bad quality. It's just that you have to know how to balance this quality. And this is just my own personal example of why I personally do work on balancing my own life. And yeah, that's basically it. So working efficiently is literally what it is. And I'm also someone who's always willing to put in the work to, get somewhere. While I may do it a bit faster than most people and I may crank out more stuff than more people, I will still try my best to get to where I want to go. If you know what I mean. And so, there's a lot of other stuff I like to do in the future, of course. But first, the ideation phase perhaps needs to do a bit more tweaking. If you know what I'm saying. But yeah, guys, really just try to schedule yourself. Try not to cram too much. Matter of fact, I actually feel like I want to make, not a tip video, but more like expanding on this idea. But that's going to take some research. Well, research on top of the other research I'm doing at the moment. But yeah, no, this video was really off the cuff, and I really just wanted to put this out there. Doesn't matter who sees it or how many people see it. I just want to put it out there so people can, come back and give me some feedback and all that stuff. That's really fun. I actually enjoy these type of videos. And of course, we'll try to do other stuff in the future. But for now, this is just my quick discussion video. And if you enjoyed it, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And follow my socials down in the description below. Gonna try to post some more on Instagram, some more miscellaneous stuff instead of just videos. And I'm gonna actually try to have some fun this time around. So if you guys enjoy it, I will catch you in the next one. And remember, work harder, not smarter. That was the dose. No, sorry. Work smarter, not harder. Man, I gotta work on my words. Au revoir.